we? No. No. This can't be right. The Infinites changed the true timeline. This can't be happening. If Murazond exists, that means Nostormo. No. No! We can fix this. We have to get back to the Timeways.
So yeah, as you saw in that cutscene at the end of the last part, because we were dealing with a Ridicron, and I tried to show him off before we went to him, Dios, who, remember, we encountered him back in Uldaman at the beginning of this expansion where he got rid of those discs. We didn't finish him off, he got away. But that's because he was biding his time for this. So while we were dealing with the Ridicron, Dios...
Corroding Volley, Shrouding Sandstorm.
Well, he took on,
Binding Grasp.
The Infinites, the
Volley.
aspects, and was able to turn Nosdormu into Murazond. But Chromie, like she said, even though we failed, she would find another way. So she basically reversed time.
I need to target something first.
To kind of like where we were going to be going in. And now it's going to be a little different because the timeline is different, but we now need to focus, instead of focus on a Ridicron, we need to focus on Dios, otherwise we will be facing off, we will have Murazond, which we do not want to deal with. So even if we have to allow Iridicron to get away with what he's trying to do with Galakron's essence, which, yeah, if you know anything about Galakron, him taking the necromantic essence of Galakron is a very bad thing.
I need to get closer.
But we can deal with that later because we cannot let Murazond become a thing. So you'll also notice somebody sitting up there.
Titanic Bulwark.
Tyr the Infinite Keeper. With the true timeline now altered by Murazond's rise, the heroes of Azeroth are now faced with many oddities, chief among them being Titan Keeper Tyr, joining forces with the Infinite Dragonflight. His legendary loyalty is now turned against them. The heroes of Azeroth now have no choice but to fight to win.
I need a target.
Tyr is fighting for the Infinites? No! This isn't right!
For too long I was bound by the shackles of the Titans. Now my mind is open to infinite possibilities. But your path ends here. The infinite dragonflight shall continue.
So it looks like
Greatest fears will
the group that I'm with is not as geared, that's what I was trying to say,
your annihilation.
as the last one, so you'll be able to see a bit more of the fights here in this run.
Titanic
My strike is true.
Yeah, this fight isn't that bad.
Apart, you are weak.
And of course, because it's heroic, he's not hitting nearly as hard as he does in
Strike
Mythic.
is true. Behold the wrath of the Infinites.
And so then he has orbs come in, and we have to actually run around and absorb them before they hit the tower, which give us a haste boost, but what they also do is they do big damage to the group.
An infinite vision guides me. Your greatest being cannot change what is.
There's Chromie. Come on, Chromie.
Tyr's always been a hero to dragonkind. I just have to keep telling myself this wasn't really him. Okay, let's fix this. We just need to... Uh-oh.
Our vision shall come to pass.
So yeah, we're in an alternate timeline now, where Murazond becomes a thing, but it hasn't quite happened yet, or at least it actually has.
Crowd.
This is a weird situation because we've gone back to the point before the events happen, where we're gonna have to fight our way to the gates to send us back to that point in time where they were at Galakron's fall. But we gotta actually fight our way to that point.
An infinite army might slow us down a bit. Time to get speedy.
Now, this can be kind of fun, but can also be kind of frustrating, because we're trying to avoid getting hit by those things, otherwise it sends you back to the beginning. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh! Now, once you do, you can actually activate, whoa gosh, a rift for the rest of the group to make it through in case you're not able to pull it off, in case they aren't able to pull it off. Wow, it feels like they're much slower doing this on Heroic than they are Mythic. On Mythic, that takes a while to pull off. So then I can open this rift, which will let them through. There we go. And now they can just go through that rift.
The time ways are ours!
Alright. I think our tank is still trying to get through.
Timeless bronze exhalation.
I'm like a bronze statue. I love it.
Timeless.
I like how I was extremely slowly moving.
The time ways are even twistier than before.
So here's the funny part. We have to clear the trash, and they're going to blow away the sand in order for us to get to the gates. Yeah, now they're getting the idea. Now that they see, okay, so we have to clear away the sand by destroying the trash here. Gotcha.
Infinite burn.
Because, yeah, that's pretty much how this works.
I don't have a target.
And then Chromie sets up little teleporters here.
Get us back to the past like this.
So we can use this one portal, or we can actually keep clearing it all the way around to the other side, but we can go ahead and do this one. Oh, can't do it when we're fighting trash.
Something first.
Alright, now we can go through. Hello? I guess not.
I don't have a target.
Not quite the way this is supposed to be done, but
Infinite burn.
I guess we can try and make it work.
When time gets rewritten, things get messy here. Be ready for anything.
I need to target something first.
Infinite burn.
I need to get closer.
Here we go. So, the next boss is actually going to be dependent on your faction. Because we're now in a timeline where the Horde and the Alliance just constantly fight each other. Unless... Did my team go to the other side? Hold on. Where'd you guys go? Oh, they just took forever to get through. Okay. Never mind. On my way back.
Temporal link. Kernel eruption.
It's too far
The
away.
Horde and Alliance are fighting? Well, this could be any point in time.
So, because we're mainly a Horde group, we're going to be facing off against Alliance forces. So this is basically, think of this being a timeline where we're doing this during the time of Warcraft 1. Because we're going to see some familiar faces here. Now, if you come here as Alliance, you're going to be facing off against Grom. Now, of course, he's going to look and sound like the Grom from Warlords, but think of it like the Grom from Warcraft 3, I guess? But if you want to think it's the Grom from Warlords, there's nothing really wrong with that, I suppose.
Sundering.
This is why the whole alternate timeline thing gets
I need
weird.
to get closer.
However, because we are here as Horde, we are actually going to be facing off against the one, the only,
Soldiers, to me!
Anduin Lothar!
Rally together! For the Alliance! Light take you!
Shockwave.
Stand as
Battle
one!
cry.
So yeah, I've been here in a group on this character with a few other Alliance players, and so I ended up having to face against Grom. It was kind of weird. But they both basically fight the same way, because they're both basically arms warriors. They both do Blade Storm. They also both do their big rally, shouting either for the Alliance or for the Horde, based on who they are.
Battle cry.
They also each drop a really cool weapon.
Shockwave.
Kingdoms cannot fall!
For example, you can get Gorehowl.
We still have one anomaly to go. Let's head to the other side.
Yeah, you can get Gorehowl. You can get the... Well, that's not the sword he was wielding. It's a little different. You don't get that sword, unfortunately. But you do get Gorehowl, which is sweet! Anyways.
I'm out of range.
Hang on, team. I will help you.
I need to get closer.
So yeah, let me go ahead and read the thing here. One of the many battles between the Alliance and the Horde have bled into the Timeways, and it's up to the heroes of Azeroth to put an end to this time anomaly in order to continue their journey. But first, they will have to face Anduin Lothar, one of the Alliance's greatest commanders, for the Horde! And of course, it's a little different if you're Alliance and you're going up against Grom. And it's basically the same voice actor from Warlords, so... So now we go to the other side, and we're going to be faced off against Chromie's evil half. Morchi. Evil Chromie. It's like the episode of Star Trek where we saw Evil Kirk. Morchi is the alternate form of Chromie, created by a timeline where Murozond rose and the Infinites reigned supreme, and so it happens that she rather enjoys being a part of the true timeline, and would like to keep it that way. Unfortunately, the heroes of Azeroth keep getting in the way of her plans. And Morchi is right over there. The Morchi fight is a little rough if you don't know what you're doing, and you kind of have to be quick on your toes, because it can hurt really hard if you don't know what you're doing. Where did you guys go?
No, it's Morchi! What is she doing here?
It's too far away.
Is the goody-goody trying to save Nostormu? Well, too bad.
I need a target.
You, I'll deal with personally. This timeline has no need for heroes.
Don't worry, Chromie. We'll deal with your evil twin. Your evil half. Go ahead.
I need to get closer.
The true timeline is mine!
Shockwave.
Bomb away!
On Mythic, that can one-shot you.
Morchis are better than one!
Dragon.
Alright, so it's only 4 on Heroic. Oh my gosh.
4, 3, 2.
It's always the one that does not wear a hat.
Leave one Morchi!
Because that one will spawn and blast you, and on Mythic, that will kill you.
Watch your step.
On Mythic, there's also like 8 of them. So there's only 4 here on Heroic. There's 8 on Mythic. Now, she'll spawn like alternate versions of ourselves, which will go after us. What we have to do is now draw them into the time traps here that are on the floor, as you can see. Now, she hasn't spawned them yet. In fact, I'm wondering if she's actually... No, here we go.
Friends too!
Yeah, so here they come. So there's our alternate versions. You can see it like... So I draw it into the time trap, and now it's fine. And now she'll be trapped there for a while.
Watch your feet.
No! It was supposed to be my time. You all know what to do. What's this? A time relic? There's 2 arrows pointing to the right. Poor Morchi. I wonder if we could have been friends in another time. She did have great hair. A little heavy on the eyeliner, though. Now we can open the time ways to the past. Come on. We need to save Nostormu.
Alright, so now...
One chance at this. Traveling so far into the past takes a lot of power, and I'm no aspect. Here we go! I mean, we don't have time for this. Oh, where's that relic I picked up? Huh. Well, here goes nothing.
Murozond shall rise!
Displace chrono sequence.
Shoot! Can you handle this?
Crowd control.
These guys hurt on Mythic. I'm telling you guys right now, those guys hurt so much.
Come on! The aspects are just ahead! The proto-aspects, I mean.
We face enemies, above and below. So we're trapped.
I'd hardly say that.
Everyone! The Infinites are here, and we must stop them!
So if you thought the background where Ridicron was cool of Galakron, wait till you see this one here.
Something kind about you.
I cannot explain why, but my instincts tell me we should trust her.
Yes, I know! Now, we have to face the Infinites together this time. They're the black glowy dragons in the ravine.
This time?
It's a long story. Trust me. I know there's a dragon above us on that ledge, but we'll handle him after we defeat Deos.
Very well, little dragon. My friends, with me, we face them together!
So yeah, this time we're gonna go over here and face Deos. Of course, not the first time we faced him. At long last, the infinite Dragonflight shall usher in a new dawn for the world of Azeroth. Chronoloord Deos has traveled far into the past to ensure that Murozond shall rise. The heroes of Azeroth have already seen him succeed once. This time, can they stop him? Look at that background of Galakron. And of course, there is Iridikron up there absorbing Galakron's essence into that. Pretty sure we need to remember that for later. Whatever it is that we are going to be dealing with in 10.2, I'm pretty sure that'll play a role. But man, that background looks awesome. So yeah, we dealt with this guy back in Uldaman, but that was just like kind of a little taste of what was to come, because really, he wasn't really going as full tilt. He was just kind of like messing with us and delaying us, interfering with our plans. This time, he is here full tilt, because of course he's trying to create Murozond. And this guy is a rough fight. He hits really hard and has a lot of health. Right now, his health doesn't go down unless we attack his ads.
Second slow.
When you destroy all the ads, then you can take him down, but oh my gosh, to say he has a lot of health is crazy.
We need to close that portal!
Your future will not come to pass. This will slow you down. Allies after my own heart.
Infinity Orb. Summon Infinite.
Oh yeah, there's this other mechanic here called the Infinity Orb.
Infinites to me!
Now, we messed that up, but on Mythic, that will kill us.
Second slow.
The way that works is that two of them will spawn. You're supposed to let one hit right away and then stand on the other to slow it down. Yeah, to make sure those don't hit at the same time, because then they stack, because that increases the amount of damage you take from those by a lot. So if you let two of them hit like within a few seconds of each other, you will wipe.
Watch your step.
I need a target.
So then we get to the second phase of this fight, which is he is going to attempt to completely corrupt and turn Nozdormu into Murozond. So now it becomes a DPS race where we are trying hard to finish off Deos. So
Watch your step.
I won't let you take Nozdormu!
I've been in situations where twice we have had to try and clear this with most of us dead, except the
Far
tank.
away.
The two tanks I've had finish off Deos by themselves after the rest of us died was a Bear Druid and a Brewmaster.
Come to pass.
Infinity Orb.
We protect Azeroth.
Watch your
Fortunately on Heroic here, he's not that
I need to
bad.
get closer.
And dream of a better tomorrow.
This will slow you down. Infinite vision.
We did it! Our
Titans preserve this timeline.
The Titans safeguard our world from monsters like you!
Your faith means nothing to them. As you burn in the flames of my brother's wrath, they will not come. All they wanted was our world. With this, the Harbinger will pry it from their grasp. And when the Titans come to reclaim their prize, I will be waiting.
What terrible presence stood before us? And what relic does he hold?
Oh, you won't have to worry about him for a long time. Us, on the other hand, oh, shoot. I'm sorry. I'm sure you have lots of questions, but the timeline...
I think I understand. We must preserve the future, and any knowledge you share may change that.
Then they should return.
They should. Still, I want to ask, that future you are returning to, is it worth fighting for?
Oh, yes, Nostormu. Very much so. And I can't wait for you to see it. Goodbye, everyone. It was nice to meet you all again. For the first time.
Maybe not all of you, though. Psst! Alex, Ysera, Nostormu. You may want to...
make me wonder, what does our future hold? I cannot even begin to imagine.
Well, whatever comes, I vow to always defend Dragonkind.
Yes, my friends. Together we will nurture all life on this world. The bonds forged between us can never be broken. Not now. Not ever.
No wonder this devastated Alex and Ysera so much. And Nostormu too. Because I was gonna say, psst, you guys may want to keep an eye on both Neltharion and Malagos. Just saying. Just keep an eye on them. No reason, just keep watching them. That's all I'm saying. I'm not gonna say why, just keep your eye on them, okay? I won't spoil anything else for you guys about what happens later, okay? Just... yeah. Bye. See you later. So, that was the Dawn of the Infinite Dungeon. So, fortunately it showed that cutscene at the end there. So, yeah, whatever Iridikron has planned for that, whatever that necromantic essence or whatever it actually was that he got from Galakrond, obviously that's going to play a role later. What role? I don't know. Now, there was a finale to this questline, to this story, because I've actually already turned in... I recorded ahead of time turning in the quest, so that's going to be the next part. I recorded that ahead of time before I recorded this. So the next part will be you seeing the finale of the Dawn of the Infinite questline, which leads into the patch content. So after you guys see that, we will then actually start the actual patch content that was released today. So, yeah. Pretty fun dungeon, really cool quest line. The alternate timeline time travel thing, it's a little confusing, yes, but that's what happens when you decide to include time travel in your stories. Looking at you, Star Trek. But other fictional settings have also done the same thing as well. I mean, for goodness sakes, this one did it even worse with Warlords. But anyways. So yeah, by the way, you probably noticed, you can actually get... The only thing that I'm really interested in getting from this dungeon is this right here. And you can actually get this on Heroic, apparently. And apparently, according to Rarity, it doesn't have that bad of a drop rate. But this is a fascinating mount to me. Observe the Quantum Courser, causing it to take the form of a random mount from the past. Now, from what I've heard, this mount will actually become a mount, like, from a raid, and if you don't have that mount yet, it will add that mount to your collection. So, for example, I don't have Mimiron's head from Ulduar, but if I get this and it becomes Mimiron's head, it will add Mimiron's head to my collection. Like, that's amazing. Like, that blows my mind that it could do that. Like, imagine if that could also become, like, the time-lost Proto-Drake, or something like that. Just something crazy that you never got before. That would be incredible. I would love to get this just to constantly just do that over and over, just see if I can actually get some of those other mounts I haven't gotten before. So needless to say, now that this dungeon has a heroic difficulty, I'm certainly going to be wanting to do this dungeon on some of my alts, now that I can also be able to farm this mount on heroic difficulties on my alternate characters. So, yeah. Also, this will allow me to have the opportunity to get some other loot from this dungeon that I have not done or gotten, because I've only done this dungeon on my Demon Hunter. And I say that because there's plenty of other really cool loot that you can get from this dungeon that you can't get on Demon Hunter. Like I was saying, like there's this cool polearm right here. There's, of course, Gorehowl that I mentioned, this really cool version of Gorehowl. It's an upgrade version of the one you can get from Karazhan and the Burning Crusade. Really cool. There's this cool-looking staff. There's this hammer from Tyr. The hammer he was using. Really cool. Two-handed mace. Yeah. Pretty cool-looking dagger. Those two maces. This Warglaive I haven't gotten yet. What I found interesting, and why I was actually curious about getting this, was it has this thing called Time Strike, which is a different kind of stat, which I had to try and like look up what it does. But compared to what I already have, it's not a big deal, especially if I can't get it at a higher item level. There's this axe right here, Fallen Drake's Bone Splitter. Another really cool infinite-looking dagger. And there's this. It looks like a Quell Zaram, the High Blade of the Lion. It's not quite the sword that Anduin Lothar was using there. I would have liked to have gotten that. Here's a gun that you can get, the Traveler's Time Splitter. Look at that thing. An infinite, like, blunderbuss, it looks like. Murozond's Timeless Scale. A shield that I guess would be from kind of a scale there, I suppose. Some other different pieces of gear if you want to collect some of the transmog for this. And there are some trinkets that could probably be pretty helpful and useful, especially now, like if you're trying to like gear alts or such. But of course, the real prize to me is, of course, this one right here. And you can't really look at it because that's not really how it works. You know, it's not really an actual... You use it in order to be able to have it become something else. A being from beyond the boundaries of any single timeway. When observed, its form collapses into a single shape. So yeah, pretty cool idea for a mount. So I'll be able to now go ahead and do that on some of my alts. So, when we come back, well, for you guys, the next part you're going to see in the playlist, if you're watching this via the playlist, is going to be the finale of the Dawn of the Infinite questline, where I actually turn in the quest to defeat Dios and actually have beaten this dungeon, where Chromie's going to be very happy to see that we did save Nozdormu. He's not going to be Murozond, thank goodness. She did come through and telling him that she would find a way to save him from becoming Murozond. But there's also a tease for we're going to be dealing with in the upcoming content, which of course is, well, you'll see. And then the new patch content is apparently going to be dealing with that. But I'll save that for next time. Stay tuned.